Hello, it's Saturday morning. Welcome back to my channel, by the way. So I'm at my boyfriend's house because we rocked up here after a gig last night and we all really enjoyed it. It was like a paid jam session for the most part because we turned up expecting to do a ceildh, but they weren't ready for us, and because of the rain they were eating in the marquee, so it was full of like chairs and tables. So anyway, we played for about an hour. And then we did about an hour and a half of ceildh, something like that, and it was really fun. So we came back here and we sat up and we did chat till about 2 in the morning, got to be honest. But anyway, we're up now, been up for quite a while, chatting to my boyfriend, drinking coffee. I am going to throw some clothes on now because he's got a ceildh tonight and it's a reading gig, right? He doesn't do reading gigs. I can do reading gigs as long as I've had the sheet music in advance and read through it, and then I'll happily do a gig where I'm reading the music off the stand. Not IB. No, that is not his way. He learns stuff by ear and he plays what he plays, you know, he plays what he knows. So anyway, I'm going to go through it with him. So basically I'll read it and he'll be listening by ear to just practice it. He's had a bit of a go through it. Originally we were both asked to do this one and I couldn't because I was already booked out with my other band, so he's ended up doing this reading gig. If you knew him you'd be laughing. Right, anyway, so I'm going to throw some clothes on now and we're going to play through his tunes for his ceildh tonight, and then I'm going to go off on the bus to my house to get ready for my ceildh. It is later, Imo. Hungry, look, poor old IB's got to wear a smart shirt to his gig tonight. I'm starving hungry, I haven't had any breakfast yet, but I brought my own snacks. Oh, that iron's on, I can feel the heat of it on my arm. I could smell it and then I could feel the heat of it all the way from over there by the fridge. I bought these yesterday in Marks and Spencer's. I picked up 2 and I tell you what, I was chowing down on them late last night. They're very delicious. So the Marks and Spencer's pesto and mozzarella and sun-dried tomato. There's lovely big chunks of mozzarella in there. Really delicious. I had this as well. It's probably overkill. Got that from Home Bargains the other day. I'm out for a very quick walk along the canal. I think I'll go like 7 minutes in one direction and 7 minutes in the other because we haven't got a lot of time before we need to leave. God, look at these big buds. Look, this is all freshly mown. I think some of that isn't ground. It's like overhanging, but it looks like ground. Anyway, I'm fascinated by these big buddy things here. They remind me of, what is it, like cocoa pods or something. Not that I've ever seen a real one, I don't think. So I think I played IB's tunes with him for about an hour, something like that. He's very quick at picking it up by ear. He's there with his eyes closed, playing along with me, who's reading it, basically. This is how it works, and he learns it, and he's very fast. I am very slow to memorise tunes, I've got to be honest. I need to do the spaced repetition method over a couple of weeks, but I can, you know, I'll learn 30 or 40 tunes that way in 2 weeks, no problem. But I need to do a little every day. Just as I'm starting to forget it, I need to top it up a bit, and the next day same again, so I'm going in and out of the light here a bit, but never mind. He seems to have got the knack of doing it all in one go. I'm not quite sure what his technique is, but I think maybe he remembers like sequences. He said it's a bit like coding for him, like he'll remember certain blocks of sequences and then remember the sequence of the sequences, something like that. Whereas I just think, oh, it goes like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I just like the sounds. That's kind of probably why it takes me so long. I also like to play it through exactly the same every time through until I've learned it as well, because then that way I get the muscle memory thing with my fingers, remembering how to play it. You know, like when you write your signature or you put your pin in, your hand knows how to do it even if your brain doesn't. And I like to get to that level with tunes, and then I'll start messing around with them and adding bits, leaving bits out, doing bits of improv, trying it a bit different the next time, adding harmonies, you know, that sort of thing. But first of all, I like to be quite formulaic about my learning process, my trawler method of learning tunes. Anyway, yes, we did that for an hour. Then I ate my breakfast. That rat just stood up in the kitchen chatting to him while he was ironing his shirt. And then he put it on and looked most handsome. I'm going dark again. I'm under a very lovely sweet chestnut tree here. A massive dragonfly just flew past. I'm going to Swansea later for my gig, somewhere in Swansea. So IB's going to drop me in Merthyr and I'm going to get the bus from there. We've got a specific bus in mind that I'm going to catch. And then it'll be like, get ready for the gig and go out. Maybe I'll have that pasty to take with me tonight. That'd be handy, actually. Lovely weather again. Got to make the most of it, haven't you, in the UK? If the weather's good, that's like, right, drop everything, get out, have a walk, get some daylight. I've talked about these in vlog before, but not for many years. I don't think I've even talked about them since the pandemic, but they're called stop planks, and they're for canals. So if you want to work, well, not you, like a canal worker, if a canal worker wants to work on a section of the canal and they need to drain it, they block off sections with these stop planks and then they can drain the water out of it and then they can work on that in the dry. before taking the planks away and flooding it back again. It's amazing to think that these would have been the highways in the olden times before even steam engines came along. And I do believe that when the steam engine came along, that is when these began to dwindle in use a bit, because they could go faster on a steam train, like, you know, coal and goods being transported to docks and things like that. In Cardiff Centre there's the Cardiff Story Museum, and there's a funny kids game to play where you have to race like a horse and cart canal boat with a horsey pulling it, because they used to be horse drawn initially, didn't they, and a steam train. And I remember it was like fixed. You couldn't win unless you had the steam train. Or is that dragonfly again? I won't catch it in time with the camera. It's huge. Anyway, yes, I remember that, and I remember my daughter being frustrated. Whoever does the steam train wins. I'm like, yeah, I think that's the point. Look at the dappled sunlight on the water here, and the reflections of the foliage on the other side is causing a rather lovely symmetry, which is very pleasing to the eye. We've got a frenzy of activity on the surface of this water here. It's little pond skaters, teeny tiny little things. Oh, I keep missing them, they're so fast. There we are. Look, little froggies almost, don't they, with their legs splayed out like that. Yeah, they do remind me of frogs. They're using just their back legs. I could slow this footage down, actually, and see how many limbs are involved with that process. Blackberries are starting to come. Every year I say I'm going to do blackberry and apple pie, and then end up just doing apple pie. Right, there they come. As you can probably hear, there's a hubbub of conversation on this bus. I've been eating noodles. It's about 2:20, so I got the bus. I got in. It was busy in town, lots of bits and bobs going on, crowds gathered for certain things. Not quite sure what, to be honest. I just went home because I had bags to carry. I made instant noodles, and you know what? I think a plague of locusts has been in my kitchen cupboards and eaten all the noodles apart from one packet, so I got in quick and had them before the plague of locusts returned, and had the last one. I've got some admin to do now. I've got to go at 5:15, so I've got a little while. I'm not going to do any flute practice. I am just going to do laptop-y bits. I might do some puzzle. Obviously got to have a bath and get all clean and ready for my next gig. Sort out snacky bag, the usual routine really. I watered my plants in the garden and gave them some plant food. This is today's crop of tomatoes that I shall slowly ripen on my windowsill. My daughter is out on one of her nature walks. She came to them very late in life. She never liked being taken out in nature when she was little, unless she was with friends and could do free play, which we did do quite a lot of. But just going for walks, she didn't like it. But she reached adulthood and then she really liked it, and she moved to Liverpool, and she missed being able to just go out of the door and within 10 minutes be in the countryside having a walk. So she has been doing that since she got back, and she's really appreciating it. She said she never realised how much she would miss Wales. So there we are. She had a job interview on Zoom yesterday. We're still waiting to hear about that. She should hear today, but she hadn't the last time I spoke to her. Something tells me she went on one of her walks yesterday because there's mud on the floor, so I think I'd better put the hoover around quickly. It's all under there, look. You hear it rattling up the pipe. It's 5 to 5 now in the evening. I'm going in 20 minutes. What happened after I last spoke to you was I had a little snooze, basically. I was tired and I just thought, well, I did my one admin job that I wanted to get done. That was the only urgent one that I really wanted to get done today. So then I slept, and then I had a bath and hair wash, got dressed into this dress. This one. Yeah, there's a step down there. Right, I'm making a pot of coffee because I want to take a sippy cup of coffee in the car, and I'm going to put some food together and pack my bag, and then we'll be on our way. Oh. Alright, I think we're here. Just need to find somewhere to park. We've got a special place reserved for us. Is that the one? So Harry Secome, CBE. Harry Secome served here as a boy chorister. So there we are. Nick is just going in to investigate. Lovely flowers. Oh, there's a cafe. I think we're in the cafe bit. I think it was in the cafe bit, wasn't it? Well, we're in. So downstairs below us now, we've got all the wedding party seated at tables enjoying their wedding dinner. We've spoken to the bride and groom and they said we're up here. So Ceildh, Mick and I have been loading all the gear into this lift here, and we brought it up and we've just popped it where we're going to be playing, which is here on the altar here. So this is a church where, oh yeah, that was obvious, wasn't it? It's actually roasting in here. It's hot, mind you. We've been carrying heavy equipment already, so but I think people are going to be quite warm. There's a little table set up there with some colouring stuff for little children. Got fans dotted around to try and keep the temperature down a little bit. Through this window here you can see a bit of the church actually, but that's a cafe. That bit. It's funny juxtaposition. It's called the Spire Cafe. Some of the staff are busying around in there right now. It seems so funny seeing like dining tables so close to an altar. Ceildh's rearranging the furniture, maximising Kaylee dancing space. And got some interesting lighting going on the ceiling. Right, I suppose I'd better be helpful and stop shirking. Oh my gosh, look at this stained glass though. That is beautiful. And over here, I am being naughty. I should be setting speakers up, but I just want to quickly film these before the guests come flooding in. That is absolutely stunning. You really do get the best of it from the inside. Right, I'm going to get to work. I never do this. Just impossible. So I'm having a Marilyn Monroe moment. So you can do that. It's too hard for me. What do you want? Just can't undo it to really pause that up. Thank you so much. Time for a quick pasty munch. If they're only just finishing their food now, they're not going to be serving up any buffets for the foreseeable, are they? Got a few guests wandered upstairs now. I think one's with young children who are getting fidgety, so come up for a change of scene. So I'm going to have a quiet nosh now while we've got a little hiatus. So I'll sit at the kiddies' table. Keep myself out of the way. I'm hungry actually, worked up quite an appetite. One of my dad's phrases is that hunger is the best sauce, and I've got that best sauce right now, so I'm going to really enjoy this. We're due to start in about 30 minutes from now, and we finish at 10, so 7 till 10 tonight. I expect there'll be a break. Being watched. Actually, we're not being watched. She's got her eyes shut. Oh no, she's. Well, that's. It's kind of Doctor Who-esque, actually. I was on my way to the loo, well, to find a loo before we start, and I just wanted to show you these pictures of art. He's got the same idea. I spied these and I went back to get my camera to show you. So these are photographs of this very church taken in 1940 after the air raids during the war. There we are, there's quite a bit damaged, and you can see daylight coming in through the roof there. We've come to the interval now, it's about 8:30 I think. The dancers are coping so well with the heat, though that said, the venue have provided enormous fans, enormous ones, and they're strategically placed all up the length of the hall, and it's keeping everybody a sensible temperature. Yeah, I've been invited to the buffet. This is vegetarian, veggie sausages as a sandwich there, not sure what that is. Oh, I think it's mozzarella. And a packet of crisps. They've been giving us some pop as well, so been having some Diet Coke, keeping us cool. Lovely. Oh, cake o'clock. You should have heard Mick just now. You went, Imo, where did you get that?
Hugh hasn't dived into it.
He's being restrained at the moment, but it's only a matter of time.
I don't think he's seen it.
Well, he knows it's there. I just waved it under his nose. Yeah.
Oh well, he will partake, I'm sure.
I think he's probably still on his mane. His hawk eyes have seen the dessert table. I mean, it's all cake, basically.
Possibly just waiting till the coast is clear, so there's nobody there that sees how much he's actually eating.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could be it. Lift going down. Going down to a cooler climate. I'm about to expire. You have to push it, that's it. We're leaving now. Nick's just packing up the last of the car. What an amazing group we just did a Katie for. I'll have to tell you about it when I get home. They were remarkable. Not a drop of alcohol was drunk tonight as far as I could see. It's like a free bar, but it was all soft drinks. And everyone was just so lovely and in such a good humour. Just gone 11 p.m. Oh, my voice is going. It's just gone 11 p.m. I've just come in through the door. We had a good night. Now, the people that we did the gig for, as soon as we'd finished, I mean, they were so appreciative. They loved the dancing. They coped really well with the heat. And as soon as we finished, it was like a Formula One racing team with military precision, removing all the decorations. Everybody in the room got to work, getting up on chairs, pulling all the floral decorations down, like as one, like the whole group. And then they were setting up all the chairs in rows ready for mass the next morning. It was as if they'd known it was happening all along, and they were just, oof, they got to it. Anyway, really unusual to see at the end of a wedding. Anyway, it's late and I'm tired. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Do feel free to give it a like if you'd like to help support this small channel and help it to grow. Subscribe to watch more videos from me. If you'd like to watch more videos right now, you can click on this playlist here that's appeared on the screen and watch some more videos from me right now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!